Hey guys, it's Sam with 2Ms and welcome back to another MYXclusive interview. As you guys can see, I have a very special guest here with me. He's an artist who inspires us both with his talent and creativity, and he's calling us all the way from the UK where it is currently like 5 a.m. guys. So everyone please welcome Angelito. Woo!
Hello. Hi, Sam with two M's. I am Angelito with a tick on the A.
I love that. And Angelito with a tick on the A. I love that so much. Well, how have you been? Thank you for joining us, even though it's so early in the morning for you over there. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been good. I actually
Mhm.
had trouble sleeping because I was really excited to be here today. So I'm even
Mhm.
stuttering because I can't even find no words. But yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, that's like a lot of pressure for me now that you're
No,
excited.
no
Joke
pressure,
lang.
no
But
pressure. You better
no.
reach. You better meet the expectations. Just kidding.
What? Now I'm even more pressured. Oh my god, joke lang. But I'm excited to have you here. We haven't even reached 2 minutes on this interview yet, and I'm having a lot of fun already. But I know you're in the UK right now. So have you been quarantining in the UK for the last year, or you just recently came there?
I recently just came back. I arrived
Mm-hmm.
back in the UK last August.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since then, I've just been. It wasn't a strict the lockdown here when I came, but
Mm-hmm.
parang sa Philippines, parang there's lockdown and then there you can go out for free and then like lockdown again.
Yeah.
So, but so far it's okay because I'm with my family and that's really been a blessing
Mm-hmm.
for me. Because when
Mm-hmm.
I was in the Philippines, I was there for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was there, parang making new friends and a new family. It was amazing. But like during this pandemic, you really need to go back to what you're
True.
comfortable with, because you need to
Mm-hmm.
survive. So yeah, so far so good, naman.
For sure. That's good that you were able to go back to your family. Because I can imagine with everything that was going on in the last year around the world, no, it's better to be in the comfort of the people that you are comfortable with and yun nga, your family. But the year nga has been a little bit crazy. The last year was quite a lot for everyone. But for you personally, how was it dealing with everything that went on in the last year?
Uh, what can I say? Like, there's a
Mm-hmm.
virus going around, but for
Mm-hmm.
me, it was another type of virus. And
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of my friends and the people who have been following me know that I've just recently been diagnosed with HIV
Mm-hmm.
and with depression as well this year. HIV last year when
Mm-hmm.
when I arrived back in the UK. So it's been quite a whirlwind because it's just I've been trying to um what's the word? I've been trying to kind of cope. It's not like because of I'm I'm openly like queer and like
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a living color. But
Yeah.
it was really hard to just not come out as one thing, but
Mm-hmm.
like come out with coming out with HIV as well, and then with
Mm-hmm.
all these mental health
Mm-hmm.
to my family, and like and it's really hard to come out because I come from a very good family, and it's hard to say
Mm-hmm.
things like that to them because for me it was like they'll probably blame themselves for it, and it's
Mhm,
but to be honest, for me it was the best thing ever because it really brought us closer. There's a lot of things for our generations to build
mhm, mhm.
together,
Yeah.
and I think there's a lot of gaps right now within our
Mhm.
generation. Okay, boomer. But
Yeah.
uh, but it's it's good because we're learning from each other. Like I love the
Mhm.
generation my parents grew up in, and
Mhm.
I'm sure they are questioning the generation we're growing up in. But
Mhm.
they made us, so it's their fault.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Oh my god. That's what I tell my mom then. Diba? Like they made us. That's why we think this way. But
Exactly.
obviously you shared a lot about your experience. Like what you said, you got diagnosed with HIV last year, also depression this year. So it's I just want to say thank you, of course, Angelito, for being able to share this part of you. I can imagine you could be hesitant at first about to share all of
Mm.
these things with a lot of people because it's a very, very hard conversation to have with others, but also yourself. So, on behalf of everyone, obviously, we want to thank you for being so open about the experiences that you've had. And I love that you said that you were a living color. I feel like that's the first time I ever heard someone say that. And I love that so much. I feel like it speaks so much about your character. And I feel like also a lot of people are inspired by you. I was reading comments then on your posts on Instagram about your journey. So, how does it feel to not only be kind of helping yourself go through this, but also the other people who are experiencing the same things that you do?
Well, I have learned to no, I haven't really gained anything, but I mean gained anything from giving out, but more of gaining
Mm-hmm.
more of people sending me love and also sending
Mm-hmm.
me and asking me how it's been kind of
Mm-hmm.
going through my journey, because there are a lot of people on Twitter and Instagram that I haven't been able to personally like reply to, because it's kind of overwhelming with the responses that I get, because you want to try and help everyone out, but at this end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
I'm also not a doctor or a nurse, but I
Mm-hmm.
can
For
do
sure.
my best to post, especially on social media. That's the only platform where everyone's getting their information right now.
Mm-hmm.
um not just social media, but online, but like
Mm-hmm.
I've just been able to share my experience and
Mm-hmm.
also how I've been able to go to the other to be able to come out at the other end of it, because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people, there's still stigma around in HIV, especially in the Philippines. Like we are the fastest growing like country with virus of HIV
Mm-hmm.
going around. But for me, it's the best time. Like the Philippines has the most parang texts in the world. We beat
Yeah,
that world
yeah.
record like how many years ago.
Yeah.
If we can like give out text that fast and that amount, that vastness, I
Mm-hmm.
think we can share information quite easily. If we
Mm-hmm.
share the right information, hashtag no
Mm-hmm.
to fake news, diba?
Yes.
So yeah.
Mm-mm. That's so true. It's all about keeping an open mind, but also a very
Yeah.
critical mind about everything,
Yes,
like in
exactly.
the media, diba? So I feel like it's really great that you're able to share your experience also with a lot of people, because I'm sure it also helps out a lot of people. But syempre, you're also sharing yourself with others through your music, and I'm sure a lot of people are excited that you're here because we're gonna talk more about your music journey as well. So I'm really curious, actually, Angelita, how did you start making music? Like, how did you start this journey with music?
Well, I first started writing when I was around 14, and that was when I started
Mm-hmm.
like, playing around with like mixers and like
Mm-hmm.
pressing the record button. Actually, I haven't really shared this part of me
Mm-hmm.
before, but when I was 14, I was actually in rehab, not for
Mm-hmm.
drugs or alcohol, but it was more
Mm-hmm.
of it was like a certain situation that I was in that kind of led me to go into this place. And
Mm-hmm.
this rehab center had a facility where they had a music station, and that's when
Mm-hmm.
I basically used my time to kind of get myself straight, and not literally but
Yeah.
put myself straight, and put myself like in this environment where I feel space, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
in this safe space, sorry. And for me, because I find it very hard to articulate my words when
Mm-hmm.
I speak or when I write. But in music, I'm able to translate whatever I'm thinking in my mind and just be
Mm-hmm.
able to translate that into like sound and melodies. And when
Mm-hmm.
when you can't explain, you just sing it out. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I love that you started making music when you were in that time of your life. I can imagine there was a lot going on during that time, like what you mentioned, you were going through some stuff. But despite all of that, you were able to find, music to help you deal with all the feelings that you had. So do you remember like what the first few songs you wrote were about? Like what were the themes of these, or just were they just like random songs that you just made up while you were there?
Actually, it is on YouTube. It's kind of an
Yes.
embarrassing video, but it's a good song, I think. Kasi may kulangot
Mhm.
pala ako. The cameraman was
Wow.
like zooming in on me, and I had like this Jonas Brothers hair, like Justin Bieber
Mhm.
hair, and then may
Mhm.
kulangot ako sa ilong. But yeah, it's called, my first ever song was called "Young and the
Mhm.
Courage," which I feel
Mhm.
really speaks out to now kasi parang ang cringy naman ng title na yun, Young and the Courage. But you know what? I think I'm just I love cringy stuff sometimes. So yeah, it's called Young and the Courage, and I feel like
Mhm.
that's an anthem for everyone, whether not the
Mhm.
song but like just the title itself. A lot of us are very courageous, and
Mhm.
especially during this pandemic. I look at my 12-year-old brother, for example, and
Mhm.
he does online schooling because of the pandemic,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
it really is courageous to be able to do whatever you're doing
Yeah.
at home,
Mhm.
because we're
Mhm.
not used to that. Well, the majority of the world's not used to that, so it's courageous for everyone to be able to do what they're doing right now, and not
That's
pretend,
true.
but just carry on with their lives and survive,
Mhm.
do what they gotta do. So yeah.
That's true. That's a good way of putting it nga, na parang we are so courageous for being able to do all of this. Even stuff like this, di ba? Yung mga interviews
Yeah,
natin
exactly. VJ
online.
Sam, you're
Di
still
ba?
going. I'd like to say I'm
Mhm.
major fanboying right now because I literally see you on Mix when I was in the Philippines. I love Mix. Like,
Oh.
um, I don't know, like the only, because like when I'm here in in the UK, there
Mhm.
isn't really a
Mhm.
music channel here for us to
Mhm.
like, unless it's MTV, but it's not even. It's not. Hindi siya masyado relatable
Mhm.
sa ngayon. Alam mo yun?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
like Mix is like, it just hits the right spot. You don't have to go online. It just,
Oh.
you guys have the perfect like content, and yeah. So it's nice to see you.
Oh, thank you so much. I know we've never met. This is the first time, guys. Now I'm me and Angelito and I are meeting, and it's really nice. Na yun nga, we're able to do stuff like this, even though there's a lot of things going on in the world, and we're so excited to have you here. You know, sharing your story, sharing your experiences, especially and also especially sharing your music with all of us.
Mm,
So we're so excited that you're here. But I do want to talk about your self-titled debut album under OC Records, Angelito, of course,
yeah.
and this album was an expression of self-love and like your healing through music, with everything that happened in the past year. So in what ways have you changed or healed after creating this album?
Um, I'd like to say that this album that I just made, it's kind of like a time capsule for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a time capsule that I'm able to uh, revisit, because
Mm-hmm.
all the songs that are on it have been there before I went to the Philippines, during my time in the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines, and after being in the Philippines. It's like this 3-year time capsule where I have learned so much about the world, and especially about myself. And during the
Mm-hmm.
time that it got released, I was in a very very dark space, because I had
Mm-hmm.
to rethink my purpose, and am I supposed to still be doing music? Am I supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be, even like the hard hitting questions, am I supposed to be here? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so when I listened to the music, I had to look and listen to it subjectively. Na I had to take a step back and be like, don't even criticize myself for a second, and just listen to what I am trying to say in the music. Um, and when I listened to it, sabi ko, I know what I'm trying to say in this, and I know what I'm trying to do, and every single track was was a element of that I was able to explore who I was,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what I was, and what I can be.
Mm-hmm.
And it amazes me that I'm able to think that way as well. But at the same time, it's scary that I'm able to also think another way. Like, all of us
Mm-hmm.
have our good sides, our wonderful and beautiful sides, but there are part of us na medyo this is difficult, and
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to grasp that we can even be this horrible sometimes, not to even other people but to ourselves.
Yes.
And that was just what I've been like, and and I'm in a good place with myself right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't as superficial before, but I like to say
Mm-hmm.
na I like to look okay. I like to look clean and like dapper,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, like I wanted to look like uh I don't know. I just had this parang idea of what a beauty standard was like before. So, but then
Mm-hmm.
when I shaved my hair off like a few days ago, so I
Yeah.
figured, you know what? It's not about what I look like. It should be about how I am inside. And I
Mm-hmm.
used to know that naman before, but I'm really practicing it. I was like, let's shave all my hair off. Let's see if
Mm-hmm.
ano ka pa, if you still feel good and look good. And I was like, after
Yeah.
I shaved my hair off, it was so liberating. So
Mm-hmm.
it's I've explored a lot of things after that album release for me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been a great journey so far.
Oh, I love that. That's so nice to hear. And can I just say, props to you shaving your head. That takes so much courage, huh? Like
I dare
I
you
can
go.
imagine. No, it's okay. Okay lang. I'm very attached to my hair right now. Eh, kaka-highlights ko lang eh. Wow,
Love
joke lang.
it. Shout
But
out
then,
to
oo,
my
pero
highlight.
'di ba, that's ano, it's very courageous. And can I just say, I saw that photo of you nga, and sobrang bagay naman sa'yo, like the shaved head. I'm feeling like the self-love radiating from you from that photo that I saw. So
Thank you.
props to you, Angelito. And we love that you're able to grow as a person through the music that you create. And it's just a wonderful feeling I can imagine for you. But I'm also curious, like, since it is like a time capsule of all of the feelings that you've had over the past years, does it ever get scary for you to be putting out yung mga emotions mo and yung vulnerable side mo through the music?
Um, I I think it's a sorry burp. I had to hold that in.
It's okay.
um, I think it's a it's a real privilege to be able to
Mhm,
share your emotions with
mhm,
people um during our lifetime. I think when you're able to express yourself in ways that people think or they judge you
mhm,
because you're being too feminine, which is I
mhm,
feel like is a the greatest trait that we can have in this world is to be is to be feminine, you know.
mhm,
um and that comes under vulnerability as well, like whether you're masculine or feminine, we all have this vulnerable side, and me being able to share that with other people, I think it's become more of an advantage to me than a disadvantage. Although it
mhm,
does the answer to your question, it is quite scary because people can judge you based on just
mhm.
how you how open you are and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that there are still parts of me that I keep hidden from other people that
Mhm.
only my family would know and stuff like that. But
Yes.
in the long in the in on the surface, people are quick to also see what what you're sharing and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I have to look at it na parang let's look at the advantages of being able to do this rather than looking at what's coming your way. And whatever you put out there, it will always go
Mhm,
back to you.
mhm. That's
Whether
true.
whatever energy you're giving out right now, like positive or negative, it will always come back to you to either
Mhm,
to benefit you or to
mhm.
really, karma's a beep. So
Yeah, that's
um
true.
yeah, yeah.
I felt that connection with the two of us because I always think that also. Like, that's what I tell people all the time. Like, whatever energy you put into the
Yeah,
universe, it will always come back to you. So I love that you
definitely.
mentioned that too. I super believe that as
Yeah.
well. And it's nice that you're able to share this energy with everyone through your music too. But I was listening to the album, and there's so many good songs off the album, and I'm sure a lot of them have meaning to you, and each and every one of them have meaning to you. So do you have a special or a favorite track off of the album? I can imagine it changes per day or
Yeah.
per week, but for now, ano yung favorite mo off of the album?
Um, there's this song. I actually haven't really spoken or promoted it
Mm-hmm.
as much as I used to before, but it's called
Mm-hmm.
Mood.
Mm-hmm.
I recently just starting to parang love it again because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like Mood. I mean, it's in the title, Mood. It it's such a Gen Z or such a millennial phrase to say like
It
such a
is.
mood.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I wrote that song, it was the complete opposite. It's not like it's not like that TikTok song, Um,
You're
the
always
mood
in the
the
mood.
mood
Yun ba? Yeah.
new
Yeah, yeah.
new, like that's like a relationship. But this song Mood,
Mm-hmm.
it's specifically what it is about. It is about
Mm-hmm.
the emotion and that state of a person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's currently my favorite song right now from the album. And secondly is the bigger picture because
Mm-hmm.
it kind of encapsulates everything that I really believe in perspective. Is like take a step back and look at the bigger picture, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm. It's a lot of self growth talaga. I feel like that's hidden in these songs. And it's nice that you're able to look back at those songs. Like what you said, it's a time capsule of all of the stuff that you were feeling during that time. But since it has a lot of emotion, yeah, and for you, of course, it's very special to you. It has its own meaning to you. But for the listeners, is there a message or emotion you want them to feel when they're listening to the songs on the album?
I would like to, like you said earlier, parang listen with an open heart.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't really expect them to be anything, but for them to be able to even just hear a simple word or a message from the album or the song that they stumble upon or they want to but listen to, but for me, if they can pick out anything from it and just apply it to their lives somehow, I think for me that's already the best outcome. Like, not to be
Mhm.
like a pageant queen here. I love pageants, by the way. Go Samantha Bernardo, Miss Grand International.
Hey.
Let's go for the crown. I am such a huge fan with pageants.
Mhm.
But
I love
uh,
that.
I I really wish that people would be able to, not just my music but all the OC artists, because I believe in the Odd Creatures
Mhm.
vision, is that, we have all these quirky sides to us,
Mhm.
these kind of hidden sides and undergroundness within us, na parang just explore that within yourself. It doesn't even have to, you don't have to get something quite wisdom. You don't have to get wisdom within the songs. You don't have to get like,
Mhm.
all Gandalf with me, but
Mhm.
like, as long as you can just like tap your toe, or toe talaga, no, hindi yung
Vibe.
paa.
Oo, gusto ko
Tap your
toe.
toe,
Gusto ko yung
yung
toe.
pinky toe.
Oo.
Just tappity tap away, and that already, like, you're already dancing with me. We're already dancing
Mhm.
together. Yeah.
Yes, I love to vibe with the toes talaga eh. Not
Mm-mm.
not even like the head. It's really the
No, it's the
toe.
toes.
It has to be the toe.
If you have long toenails, that's
Wow.
there. You can
Perfect.
tap it louder.
Grabe yung long toenails, my God. But I love that, it's all a matter of vibing, and I love
Exactly.
that that's what you want people to feel when they listen to your music. But since yun nga, this album was something that helped you through, everything that you were dealing with. It helped you with healing and growing and self-love. Do you have a message to everyone who is also dealing with that kind of stuff that you were also going through or are still going through?
Um, I think the message would be to continue, ano lang, wala lang, just go with it. Like, just
Mhm.
go with the wind. And remember, whatever you're going through as well, na because of something bad that's happened, a situation or a person who's done wrong to you, you do not have to give the same thing back. Just
Mhm.
completely be a catalyst. Like, just turn that frown upside down.
Wow.
Just just be authentically you, and try and, alam mo yun,
Mhm.
like, for me before, it was like, oh, why do bad things keep happening? Like, alam mo yun, I just kept feeling sorry for myself, so I might as well just be a bad person anyway. But no, 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 no,
Mm.
no, that's not how it works. Not that is
Mhm.
that's not how it works. Because you're broken, you
Mhm.
do not have to break others. So just
Ooh.
be you, like,
Mhm.
just be you.
I love that may mga quotable quotes na tayo, guys. Just because you're broken doesn't mean you have to break others. Wow.
No,
Let's
just because
quote
you're
it.
broken doesn't mean you have to be broke.
Wow!
Broke.
You can't be a broker, guys. Joke lang. Ano daw? Labo? But then,
uh,
we get it. Like, we get the message.
financial stockings na
Oh.
tayo.
Oh.
Financial na tayo.
Or real estate broker. Wow! Joke lang, guys. Alam niyo na yan. Gets yun na yung meaning nun. But I feel like that's such a great message to have for other people. But I want to talk more then about how you created the album. Syempre, since this is your debut album under OC Records, and you said nga that you love working with OC, everyone who supports the kind of like uniqueness of each artist. How is it creating the album naman?
Well, I think the is it the the
Canon.
the tagline of OC is, I mean, not the
Mhm.
tagline, sorry, but the main vision of theirs is
Mhm.
parang for our artistry to have the freedom to express
Mhm.
however we want, whatever title we want. No, even there's explicit content, kaya yan. Like, but
Mm.
for me specifically, and I know for a lot of my fellow artists like Mark Thompson, who I've recently just featured in a single with called "Make Me," um,
Mhm.
we have the freedom to produce and to create and to record in however ways we want. So, for example,
Mhm.
for me, I just write it here in my bedroom. I have my equipment. I don't even have like the like the whole package of recording
Mhm.
studio stuff, but I have the resource that I can just to build simple beats, to create simple songs on my keyboard and my guitar.
Mhm.
So that's just it. I just in my bedroom, and then first thing that comes to my mind, okay, let's write a song, or I'm feeling a bit um glitchy, glitchy,
Mhm.
and I want to like be able to, express myself somehow, and I can't seem to like break a window or like crash a car, so I'm gonna write a song.
Mhm.
So that's kind of my process of going about it. But like the lyrics usually come up in my head for like, for example, ako, as you can tell, I'm
Mhm.
quite like, I try to find the words that I'm trying to say, and then once I
Mhm.
find it, it becomes like a parang hook already, like a statement. So parang that's what I use. Parang, or like even
Mhm.
a meme, even if you think about the simplest meme or like a TikTok caption, nakakatawa eh. And
Mhm.
if it sticks with you and if it makes you feel a certain way, sasabihin ko, okay, that's gonna be my hook, or that's gonna be
Mhm.
something that I'm gonna write about. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Na parang you do it at home and you just kind of like it comes naturally and
Yes.
organically for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. So I feel like
Yes.
that's when it's the most honest, 'di ba? Pag natural yung paggawa ng music, and also if it's very organic when it comes to the artist. So thank you for sharing with that sharing that with us, Angelito. And I'm sure a
My
lot of
pleasure.
people are also very, very excited for your other plans and goals for 2021. So, what else can we expect coming from you this year?
Expect more songs, and I think an upgraded level of Angelito.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm really gonna like really find the, I feel like I've released my variations of style, but now I think it's gonna be more
Mm-hmm.
solid. I think I found the voice, and I think I found the style that I am, which is Angelito.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait to
Mm-hmm.
share more music and more content out there as well. And also
Mm-hmm.
to get a um and also thank you to all the workers, frontline workers out there as well. I would love to be a nurse somehow one day and just help out people in the mental health
Mm-hmm.
field
Mm-hmm.
most especially. So
Mm-hmm.
I think this year I'm gonna focus on how I can do my part in that area as well.
Wow! So that's also a goal that you have for yourself this year.
Yeah. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like being an artist is one, but I feel like this time in our lives, especially in this generation, you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to be one thing. You can be a lot of things. Um, so yeah, like multitasker tayo,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't always have to be put in a box. You can be
Mm-hmm.
outside the box palagi. So yeah.
Mm, mm. That's true. And I love na parang this is also another concrete way of how you can help other people go through what they're going through. And we're so
Mm.
excited for you, Angelito. We can't wait to see everything that you get to achieve this year. But obviously, we love your self-titled debut album under OC Records, Angelito. And we can't wait to see what else you have cooking up for us for the rest of the year. But before I do let you go, Angelito, do you have a message to everyone who's been supporting you and listening to your music?
Yeah, I'd like to give my grandparents a big shout out because they just celebrated their
Oh.
50th anniversary in quarantine in
Happy
California. So happy
anniversary.
anniversary, and I wish I could have been there, my family.
Mhm.
And also, I just quick shout out to my friends and my family, and also the people who have been supporting me throughout this whole journey. That thank you so much. Well, parang may
Wow.
nanalo. No, I did. I won. I won. No, I really
Yes.
am winning even being here today.
Mhm.
We're all winning,
Mhm.
especially waking up in the morning. And for the people right there right now in the afternoon and what the Philippines is going through,
Mhm.
my heart's with you. It's like I I fully salute every single person like being able to wake up every day and just being able
Mhm.
to like carry on, not just for themselves but for their friends and the family. And you know, if you are watching, you are loved. Swear, I swear, you are loved. Even if it's by
Mm.
Sam with two M's and A with a tick, like you know,
Hey.
we are here for you.
Yes, we are here for you. And I totally agree. You are loved. Whoever is watching this, always remember that. And of course, you, Angelito, with a tick on the A, you're also loved. And we're so thankful and happy that you're able to join us here on a MYXclusive, even though it's so early over there. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're so excited. Yay! And thank you also to everyone who tuned into this exclusive interview. Don't forget to listen to Angelito's self-titled debut album under OC Records entitled Angelito. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms. And once again, thank you so much, Angelito, for joining me today. It was so
Thank
nice
you.
getting to talk to you.
You
And
too.
thank you to everyone as well who watched. This has been Sam with 2Ms and Angelito for another exclusive interview. Peace out, you guys.